Hello and welcome everybody. This is the Lobbycast, episode 371. It's late on a Saturday night. I'm calling it Saturday night and not Sunday morning because it allows me to say that I did an episode this week. Let's go ahead and get into some news. There is some news, a little bit of I don't know if it's a rumor so much because it's somewhat confirmed that in the new standalone Spider-Man movie, Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, so Captain America and Iron Man, are going to make at least a brief appearance. They both confirmed that they were going to return to Atlanta for some filming on a new project after Captain America Civil War. And so probably a little bit for Spider-Man. That's a good thing. It's always a big deal to see these movie companies working together and kind of having some cross pollination of licenses. So that's always good. You know, anything that will add those two guys into a Spider-Man movie will make the Spider-Man movie more popular and more successful. Let's see. There is a new Star Wars, or not a new, but there is a Star Wars Rogue One trailer out this week. It is the first trailer for the movie and looks great. So looking forward to seeing that. Looks like it's introducing another female heroine into the canon. And this is a story that takes place before A New Hope. And I think it's the story of how many Bothan spies died in securing the plans to the Death Star. So we will see how that all turns out. I'm sure it'll be pretty awesome. Robin Wright has been cast in the Blade Runner sequel. This is pretty cool. I love her in House of Cards, and she's also going to play General Antiope, I believe, in the Wonder Woman movie. So she's got lots of good things going for her at this point in her career. I think that's awesome. Batman vs. Superman, I still haven't seen. I promise I will see it at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. Life has been busy, which also leads to really late Saturday night recordings. And all these solo recordings that you've seen lately, we've just been super busy and hard to coordinate. So huge declines in the BVS box office after opening week. They were doing really well the first week, but it's dropped way off. So hopefully I'll be able to get in to see it in the theater before they clear it out. Another news, there is an upcoming update for Xbox One that is going to add Cortana and background music into the system. So while you're playing a game, you'll be able to listen to your own music. Something that was very popular with the Xbox 360 and has been a highly requested feature for Xbox One, and so here it comes. And for those of you who are not familiar, Cortana is Microsoft's digital personal assistant, kind of like Siri is for Apple, and integrating that into the Xbox and Windows 10, I think, is a great deal. So all good things. Go ahead and go into the Weekly Whatchas. I'm all out of news. My Weekly Whatchas are a little limited. I was on a road trip this week. I was gone Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to California. And Tuesday and Wednesday, most of Wednesday were the drive to California from Colorado. It was a really nice drive. Listened to a lot of stuff, but it was mostly, Sirius Radio. I listened to a couple episodes of Coverville, and I heard a really good cover of The Sound of Silence by the lead singer from Disturbed. If you have a chance to check that out, it's really, really awesome and give you new respect for that guy. So, and I don't know what his name is right offhand, but yeah, really, really awesome. So it's good trip, and I got to see lots and lots of straight roads with very little scenery. But there was good music. So, awesome. This week, what I've been watching, let's see, trying to get caught up a little bit after I got home from my trip. I watched an episode of Not Safe with Nikki Glazer. I watched 2 episodes of Plebs. That is back. It's kind of like The Office set in Roman times, or Office Space, either one. That kind of thing set in Roman times. Definitely entertaining. Should check it out if you like any kind of British comedy. Also watched an episode of Arrow, and it was Arrow. Watched the finale for 11/22/63, and it's called The Day in Question, and this covers what happens the day of the attempt on Kennedy's life, and what he's changed and the repercussions for that. So it is a pretty good episode. I like the show. I'm hoping they come back and do a little bit more with it. They do have the opportunity to come back and change a bunch of stuff, just through the process of resetting the timeline. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. It's not supposed to have another season, I don't believe, but I thought it was really enjoyable. Big Bang Theory, I watched an episode of that. And then the big one for me was the Walking Dead season finale. And I mean, the episode itself was decent enough, but they really missed a mark. I've been talking about how they're really telegraphing the death of a major character on the show, and they get to the end, and they don't reveal who. It is one of the major characters, but they don't. Just because of how they filmed it, they don't really show who it is that gets killed. I mean, there's some hints, but they don't outright show who it is. So, yeah, I really feel that the lack of a reveal at the end of the episode, at the end of the season, does a lot to lessen the impact of the death of a major character. If you fully reveal it in the first episode of the next season, it doesn't really, it doesn't have the same punch as having that be the last scene of the season finale. So they say that the reason why they did that way is because they want the next season to be about the death and the fallout from that death, but really without showing who it is, the timing just makes it weird. So, like I said, it was a decent enough episode, but I really disagree with how they finished off this season. Because now all we have to look forward is Fear the Walking Dead, and it has not been as good. But we're going to give it a chance anyway, because that's the right thing to do. This week, I don't think I got any division in. God, I wish I could. I love that game, but I just don't have enough time to play. I may have put half an hour into Fallout 4 instead, but there really wasn't a whole lot of progress or any kind of gaming done whatsoever. Yeah, it's just no time. But life is busy. So we will talk to you guys next week. Hopefully we'll be able to put more than one person in a room next week. That would be super awesome. We will work hard on that. And I appreciate you watching and listening. It means the world to us. Thank you so much. Bye.